I'm the marketing director at Wavve Boating. Wavve Boating is a marine navigation app helping bring nautical charts and mapping data to customers on their mobile device. I'm not sure what to say. Yeah, it's not a very competitive, it's not as competitive as other industries, I suppose, but it's an interesting one nonetheless. Previously, we were in a dark cave with a blindfold on. A lot of time was being spent, a lot of manual reports were being exported from different platforms, trying to bring things together. And ultimately, we had no visibility. We weren't really sure if the changes we were making were really making an impact. We had to kind of use intuition and some kind of projection. So, downloads are a huge metric for us. We also try to record in-app events as well. So we have a hard paywall in our application. So tracking the trial start, tracking those trial conversions afterwards. We have a 14-day trial. So the MobileAction and Search Ads team were able to help kind of guide us through setting up all of those different customer events within the platform, making sure that the funnel that we needed to feel comfortable was set up and built within the custom event within the platform, which has been hugely impactful. I first was a fan of MobileAction and SearchAds.com. So I was referred to them through an Apple Search Ads partner that I was familiar with. And I discovered Aladdin actually. And so kind of through his webinars, his videos, all the helpful information that you guys put out, I kind of find myself discovering that there was a better way to manage these platforms, that we could scale faster, we could have more visibility. And that's really what led me down the rabbit hole of, understanding how ASO could be improved just by having some additional tools brought to the table. So, yeah, it's a great question. Seasonality is a huge part of the boating industry. Even though we tackle multiple geographies around the world, within each one, we're having to deal with unique seasonalities that may not align to each other. So there was a lot of work done early in the year, kind of in the spring, beginning of the year when we first engaged with MobileAction to really take time to understand our business, understand our audience and our customers, taking time to look at each of those geographies and those countries to put together a keyword strategy that made sense for that customer base. And then from there, we were able just to test, iterate over time. The team was very generous, meeting with us regularly to make sure that the KPIs we set up at the beginning of the call, we're tracking them weekly and monthly through our progress as we scaled up. And by the time we got to the spring, we were really off to the races and feeling like we were exceeding our projections already from where we thought we could be, which was great. Could be a whole conversation, but I think that for us, one thing that is interesting is like the CPP intelligence that you guys provide. I think that's a really unique feature. It's given us confidence to really scale out the CPP, really make the most of the CPP placements we have available. And through some of the structure iteration and stuff that Aladdin and Adil and team were able to provide, we have now a system of iteration on the CPPs where we can really make the most of it and actually see the impact of those changes faster than before, which is really, really impactful. Pretty regularly. We did have another account manager at the beginning. He was excellent as well. And Deal stepped right in halfway through our contract. And you could tell that he'd really taken the time to speak with that account manager who was offboarding, get to know our business. He had done a lot of research ahead of time to understand kind of where we were. So in that first call with him, he was able to jump right in, take a hold of some actions that were open, and even kind of report back to us with some updates, which is really great. Aladdin is exceptional. He's doing it all. It feels like, he was the person that I found through the webinar. So I felt like he was kind of coaching me through some of those techniques, and then to have him assigned to our account, likely it's just luck or whatever it is. But his knowledge of our industry and of our niche of the boating industry and the marine navigation space specifically, I was really impressed with right off the bat. You could tell within our first and second call, within the proposals we were receiving, even up back through the sales team when we met with them, they had taken the time to really understand our business. They understood our KPIs, understood how the platform could really help be built around our business and become a huge part of it, which is really exciting. We weren't even really sure how we were ranking. We were using third-party tools and free trials to aggregate exports, monthly, quarterly. So really what MobileAction gave us at the beginning was visibility into our, using tools like the Keyword Explorer, looking at the keyword trends, the ASO report you guys provide. We could actually see the impact of iterations we were making for the first time. So yes, changes were huge, and just being able to see it and have that feedback and suggestions from you guys was monstrous. On the paid side, we've more than doubled our downloads this year over last year. A lot of that has to do with just having the tooling, right? Because with the tooling comes the confidence to be able to make those investments in yourself. And again, having all the in-app event conversion information there and the custom events has definitely given us the guidance we need. And it's taken us from multiple spreadsheets and a lot of guesswork in the dark cave into something where I feel like it's very open. We feel very confident going into next year too, of how we can continue to improve. I should have said though, APIs, we doubled our installs and we reduced our cost per install by over 15% alongside of that. So that should cost is the other half of that equation for a lot of people. And so it's really, really impactful. Yeah, I hope it's a cornerstone of what we're trying to build over the next several years. There's a lot of other platforms trying to do things like this, but I don't think they're doing it at the level that you guys are doing it at, and certainly not with the service. The way that we have the communication and support from the team, the way that we can see that you guys are continually investing in your product and your platform to make it better and communicating that to us constantly. That's all that we could really ask for.